I truly believe that when Avengers Endgame came out last year, and well, not, I'll take that back. When Thanos did the snap in Infinity War and then Endgame, I think that was truly the last hurrah for Marvel. Because it seems like now they are doing everything in their power to piss off the fans. Now, what I'm about to share with you, I can honestly say I've never heard of before. This comic or whatever they're about to come out with, I've never heard of it before. This is all new to me. And ironically, the word new is in its title. But they're introducing something called the New Warriors. And apparently this was a team of heroes that was around for quite some time. But now they have a new batch coming into the fold. And these two right here are a part of that lineup. And if you look at their names, it says Snowflake and Safespace. And as you can see, both of these characters are indeed black. Now, many of us have heard that term snowflake before, and we've heard that term safe space. Why in the hell did they just completely SJW/PC up the two black characters for this new Warriors thing that they got going on here? And then they have the guy, the male, in pink. I mean, from head to toe, pink hair, pink eyes, pink outfit, and it looks like he's wearing a suit that looks like it should be worn for a female, like the sister, because they're supposed to be twins. But I'm gonna go ahead and read what their abilities are supposed to be. Psychic twins. All twins are psychic, but we're psychic-er. Snowflake, a cryokinetic, can materialize snowflake-shaped shuriken projectiles for throwing. Safe space can materialize pink force fields, but he can't inhabit them himself. The reflex only works if he's protecting others. They're hyper aware of modern culture and optics, and they see their superheroics as a post-ironic meditation on using violence to combat bullying. They're probably streaming this. As I'm reading this, I'm just like, I feel like I'm getting a headache already. I'm over it already. Snowflake and Safespace are the twins, the writer says, and their names are very similar to screen time. It's this idea that these are terms that get thrown around on the internet that they don't see as derogatory. They take those words and kind of wear them as badges of honors. Safespace is a big, burly, sort of stereotypical jock. He can create force fields, but he can only trigger them if he's protecting somebody else. Snowflake is non-binary. Pay attention to that word, non-binary. A person who doesn't identify as a particular gender, which means they do not identify as either she or he. You have to identify them as they or them. Let me reiterate that these are the only two black characters in this new lineup. All the other characters are white or something exotic or non-black. Let's put it that way. And goes by they, them, just like I said, and has the power to generate individual crystallized snowflake-shaped shurikens. The connotations of the word snowflake in our culture right now are something fragile, and this is a character who's turning it into something sharp. Snowflake is the person who has the more offensive power, and Safespace is the person who has the more defensive power. The idea is that they would mirror each other and complement each other. So they took the two black characters and gave them names that would appear to make them weak, but they're trying to paint them up as being something strong. But by definition of how these particular terms are used today, the names and the powers and abilities would completely clash and contradict each other. And like I said, these are the only two, as I can see. Okay, I take that back. It looks like there's another black character in here. And it's like an older guy. He has like a wrestling mask on. I don't know what his character is. But it looks like he's an original character. And these are the newer ones that's coming in. I can honestly say that Marvel literally is trying its damn hardest to piss off their fans. And if this is a comic, I would never buy this. And something tells me this will turn into a movie. I mean, look at how they have them dressed. Look at how they have the black male in a pink outfit that looks like it should be made for his sister, who is non-binary. So it's like, okay, she's non-binary, so you can't call her the sister. So I guess you have to call them, whatever, a sibling. But like I said, notice they put that connotation onto the two new black characters of this lineup. Like I said, I've never known anything called New Warriors. This is all new to me. I'm just like, I'm absolutely over it. I really am. Marvel, you're losing me. You're losing us. You're losing everybody. I don't know what this is. You don't see DC really diving into this realm that Marvel has been going in for the last, I don't know how many months. It's like they've been working up to this. Like, I don't know anybody that would actually buy this for their kid. Or if you're an adult, even read this for themselves, because everybody who I've seen do a video about this pretty much are having a what you call a WTF moment, a what the fuck moment when it comes to this. I mean, from the description of the characters to their lackluster power, because their powers ain't all that. Like I said, it's like they're trying to make them more powerful than what they are, and the abilities still seem very weak in my opinion. And then the imagery here, you made the sister non-binary, and you called her Snowflake, and you made the male sibling, the male twin, you got him in pink and called him Safespace. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read not the other abilities, but I want you to hear their names. So you have this other one on here. His name is Screen Time, and it says that he what's his abilities? I can't. It says a meme obsessed super teen whose brain became connected to the internet after becoming exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. Now he can see augmented reality and real-time maps and can instantly Google any fact. Okay, you have another person on here whose name is B negative. They look more creature-like. And they said a teen living vampire exposed to Michael Morbius' blood as a child, but life-saving medical procedures saved him. He still ages like a regular kid, but has the abilities of Morbius and also obsessed with the music and attitude of a classic long past decades like the 90s and the 2000s. The world is a vampire, and so am I. And then you have another character on here now. This one is the only other melanated one on here, but she looks like she could be like an Afro-Latina, and her character name is Trailblazer, and it says that her magic backpack is actually a pocket dimension with seemingly infinite space from which she can pull out useful or random objects, and is not always under her control. She claims to get her power from God, but not the God you're thinking of. And those are the new characters. Reading those other characters' abilities and compared to these two right here, they actually trump them, but I still wouldn't be here for them either. Like, this whole thing just sounds whack. Whack. I would not buy this. I wouldn't even look at this for free. Even then, I would see that as a waste of time. But yeah, Marvel, you are somewhere lost. Maybe you got snapped out of existence. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe when Thanos made his snap, you were part of the half of the universe that got snapped out of existence. And maybe you got stuck somewhere in the Soul Stone and you're still trying to get out, because this right here ain't it. It's not. Like, I don't know who they're trying to appeal to, and what's so sad is they keep putting stuff out there like this, and they keep saying that, oh, this is new and this is fresh. People are going to love it. How do you know? Did you ask anybody? Did you poll anybody on this? And when I say poll people, I'm not talking about people who work for you, who are probably going to say yes if you make them, or, threaten them and say, oh, I'm not going to pay you today if you don't say yes, that this is a good idea. Like, who is in the creative boardroom when it comes to stuff like this? See, this is why they say that they need to let the fans have access to these kinds of things. Because let me tell you something. If the fans were able to have access to these type of things, you would be amazed. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. And I must do it kind of like how Harvey does it, because he said that he has ideas of characters in his head, but he would never reveal them, which is smart. I actually have an idea of a character myself that I don't think has ever been made. And I've actually thought of how they would look, what their ability would be. And they have a side ability, but I will never reveal it on here because someone could take that idea, run away with it, and get millions off of my idea, and I wouldn't profit a dime. And to be honest, it probably wouldn't even be a Marvel character. Not if they're going to pump out stuff like this. It would probably go straight to DC, to be quite honest. And it actually played out in my head because I was saying, what if this character appeared in one of the bigger characters' movies and then something happened and they ended up in another place, like a time travel type of thing, and they ended up in another era where they get introduced to a character that we have been wanting to see for such a long time. I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, the thing actually plays itself out perfectly in my head, but I will never reveal that idea on here. Like I told you, I told you an idea of a character I had, what ability they would have, side ability, how they would be introduced, and how they could also introduce another major character. But I leave it open like that, so you'll never guess who or what I'm talking about. But as for this is an epic fail for me and for many others, because I'm not the only one that feels this way. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Have your notifications turned on, and I'll talk to you in the next one.